And we're glad to have with us this morning Chris Blair, the manager of the Sylacauga Babe Ruth All-Star team. And this 14-year-old, right?
Yes, sir.
And they've been all over the world in the last month since you and I talked before. And joining them is James Sharbert, president of the Babe Ruth League, a 15-year-old. And we're hoping that Mayor Murphy will be here. It looks like he's not going to make it. But guys, James, we're talking about this is the first time in the history of the state of Alabama.
Yes, sir.
Talk about that a little bit.
This will be the first team in the state of Alabama, 13 through 15, that ever made it to the World Series.
Wow, that's some history. And Chris, coming out of the Alabama tournament, you got in the losers bracket in the pool play early on, and then Louisiana double elimination. You lose the first game. You said we just didn't lose; we got slaughtered.
Pretty much.
And pressure is on. This got to be some kind of special team.
It is a special group of kids. They always like to take the hard road. They don't like to do anything easy. Once their back's up against the wall, that's when they seem to play the best. And
who are these kids? I mean, are they all local kids?
They're all local kids. We have 10 on the roster. 8 of them attend Sylacauga school system. Then we have one from Coosa and one from Comer. So they're all local kids.
Mm-hmm. James, you've been in this stuff a long time. It's special for you too, isn't it?
That's that 15-year thing. Oh yeah, I'm proud. Coaches, just makes the league, enhances our league. Everything they do.
The 14-year-old All-Star team in Louisiana lose the first game.
Yes, sir.
That's a lot of pressure because you got one more and you're done if you lose. And you come all the way back, beat the team that had beaten you twice.
Yes, sir.
And made them like it.
Well, I don't know that they liked it, but yes, we had to win 5 straight to get into championship game, which was against Eagle Pass, Texas, which was the team that beat us the first time. And we beat them 3-1 to force necessary game 2 because they was undefeated at that time. And then in the championship game, we beat them 14-4 in 5 innings.
Did you see this coming?
No, not to start with, but after we beat Nederland, Texas, which was the 13-year-old defending regional, you kind of got the idea that it was really possible.
James, being the president of the Babe Ruth League, knowing logistics and knowing cost, and here are these kids and their families headed off and their supporters to Arkansas. What is it, Pine Bluff, Arkansas?
Pine Bluff, Arkansas.
That's a little north of Childenberg somewhere.
Somewhere on the other side of the bridge, yeah. Turn left.
There's a lot of logistic stuff and monies that go into getting this group just to Pine Bluff.
Let me, I want to thank the whole city of Sylacauga, personally, for supporting these kids, this league. They couldn't have done it without everybody's support, even Childersburg. They go yesterday morning to the Elks Lodge in Childersburg, the whole team, families, eat breakfast, and get another check. These kids, you don't hardly see them. You have to come to practice to see them. Right now, they're starting school. Before school, they was out earning their own money.
Here we have a presentation with the Sylacauga City Council a few days ago. And Chris, talk about that a little bit.
City Council invited us to come up. They recognized each individual child and their accomplishment. It was truly an honor for them to do that and to recognize this group of kids, because this group of kids has truly worked hard to get where they're at. And just for our city to recognize us, and it was a great honor.
And the city again donated a check. Now, yes. the Talladega County Commission
Yes, sir.
stepped up to the plate as well, and they kind of hit a home run themselves.
Yes, sir, they did. They all of those come together, and there's 5 of them. Each one of them donated a significant amount that really helped out.
James, we're all taught from being little guys on up to, you're pretty old now, so we'll include you in this, but we're taught to keep dreaming, to dream. Because if you stop dreaming, you soon die. And guys, this has got to be a dream come true for sure.
This is a dream for a lot of people. We are going, I got somebody to drive me, so we're going to make the trip. We'd never been either. We wanted to go, but we wasn't going to watch somebody else play. We wanted to go have somebody we know. So we're making the trip too.
Now, what are there, 10 on the roster? Is there
That's
9,
it.
10?
10.
There's 10.
There's no room for error there.
No,
No,
you can't.
not really, no. And they, like I said, they've stepped up way and beyond what some folks thought they would have. And they play good together. They're friends on and off the field. And when they step on the field and their back's against the wall, it's just one right after another. I mean, they never get down. They hold each other up when they need to. And defensively, they're probably about as solid as you could get on defense.
This 14-year-old Babe Ruth All-Star team, Chris Blair, the manager and the president of the Babe Ruth League in Sylacauga, James Sharbert, joining us today. And for this team, every step you take, the competition is more keen, becomes more difficult.
Right.
Can this team win the 14-year-old World Series?
Of course. I mean, at this point, from what I've seen out of them, are you going to be able to take a game off? No. But when their back's against the wall and they play their best, I would put them up against any 14-year-old team in the country by far. So, yeah, they can do it.
First game is Saturday.
Yes, sir. First game is Saturday at 1:30 against Seabrook, Arkansas. And the way it's set up, it's 2 16 pools, so there's 12 teams.
How does pool play work?
You have a national and American division, and you have so many teams in each pool. You play each team in your pool one time, and whoever comes, they'll take the top 3 teams from each pool because it's 6 pools. So the top 3 teams with the best record will advance to single elimination championship bracket.
Now you guys are going to be leaving out real soon.
We leave out Thursday morning. We'll probably be leaving Sylacauga around 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. We'll get to Arkansas around 2:30, and we have orientation at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, I mean, from Alabama to Arkansas, that's a hard trip, James.
It's 7.5 hours, according to the Garmin.
Yeah.
So
as president of the entire Babe Ruth League, with 13, 14, 15.
Yes, sir.
You've got to be excited about the growth of this league.
Yeah, well, every year it grows. I think we had 17, could have had 8 if everybody signed up on time.
Yeah.
You have to set some kind of guidelines to sign up, and we've had high as 10 teams, and we didn't do that since way back yonder when I was there, 73. So we play baseball. That's all I try to say. If you want to play baseball, cut through everything else, come on down here and sign up.
And Chris, things have changed a lot. James talking about the 70s, but things have changed a lot in the last 5 to 6 to 10 years with what's offered kids today, and
Right.
and the challenges one might have of keeping a group of kids like this together.
Yes, sir. I mean, it's kind of difficult because that's like right now they've started back to school. Most of them are multi-sport players. So we've got half the team when they get out of school, they go straight to football practice. They practice football from end of school to 5:30. jump in the car, run across town. They had our Babe Ruth field from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock for our baseball practice. So they've got a lot going on, and they're handling it really well.
Another group that's an integral part of this happening, James, has got to be their parents. I mean, guys, let's face it, parents have got, most times it's 2 working parents, and you got their schedules, and you got their kids in the school, and you got all these practices and stuff. This has been a special group, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Parent-wise, yeah, there's all the kids is great kids, so they got great parents. I'd like to thank the people that the parents work for.
Yeah.
I don't know of one of them that's not going. Personally.
Yeah. Speaking of going, the cost of putting a trip like this together, and I'm sure that the National Babe Ruth is helping in some form or fashion, but it takes a lot of money, a lot of togetherness to pull off something like this.
I think we're still working on it, but we're gonna pull it off.
Speaking of working on it, Chris, if there are people watching today, maybe they're a business owner, or maybe they're a church pastor, or a grandparent, or an aunt or an uncle that works with a company that says, hey, we want to be a part of this. How can they help financially?
They can make donations to Sylacauga Babe Ruth. Any checks or anything to be made out to Sylacauga Babe Ruth. We'll be at the field the rest of this week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, every afternoon from 5:30 to 8 or so. They can drop it off there. They can mail it to, there's several flyers and all out, or they can contact anybody through Babe Ruth and find out how they can do.
And these kids not just played baseball, they've been involved in these fundraisers too.
Oh, yes, sir. They have. They've sold tickets now school back in, they haven't been able to, but back during regionals, they was washing cars, they was setting up at grocery stores and stuff.
Grocery.
Yeah. So they've played a big part in the fundraiser, and this last one they've sold Yeti tickets to raffle off a Yeti, which we done yesterday. So they've been working really hard to fund the trip too.
What will it take for this 14-year-old all-star team at the end of the day to be the 14-year-old Babe Ruth champions from the state of Alabama, and certainly for the first time in the history of the state Babe Ruth at this age, and for Sylacauga, Alabama? What's going to have to happen?
They're going to have to show up and want to play. They're going to have to play like they're capable of. And as long as they play to their potential and their capability, they could very well possibly come home World Series champions.
Wow. And James, I know that would be a great plus for the entire Babe Ruth League, and you want to invite everybody that can go to go.
That's right, and the ones that can't go, whatever reason, next year we'll be hosting the 15-year-old state tournament.
Oh, wow.
In Sylacauga.
That's great.
That'll be these boys' age group right here.
Yeah.
And everybody is invited to come, and they won't be charged no gate fee.
And it's my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, but that field itself is going to be remodeled.
It's going to have some new addition right now, but within the next few years, it's going to be remodeled. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Well, congratulations to the 14-year-old All-Stars, and I know you guys are excited, the parents are excited, and we're excited as well here. Anything in closing either one of you'd like to add?
I would just like to thank all the businesses in Sylacauga. They have really come together. You was talking about business that make it help. I would be really shocked now, Mr. Abrams, if there wasn't one already that has not come forward.
Wow.
That's just how amazing it's been.
That's even small business.
Yes.
Too.
Yeah.
Give them what they can. And
James, you've been around baseball a long time. And the excitement is real, and as we head to Pine Bluff, Arkansas for the 14-year-old Babe Ruth World Series, and we're looking forward to this team bringing home a World Series title to Sylacauga, Alabama, and you know what? If they do, good. If they don't, they're still champions.
That's the
Yes,
way I
sir.
see it.
And thank
Win
y'all-
or lose.
Thank y'all both for joining us this morning.
Yes,
Thank you.
More on Daybreak coming up on the other side of this timeout. Don't go away.